So in this video, I want to show you how my client paid me $19,000 in 45 days. I want to break down exactly what I did for him. And in this way, you'll know exactly how to monetize your Instagram audience. So my client is in the real estate niche. He's selling an Airbnb coaching program. And essentially what he does, he's teaching beginners how to start their own Airbnb business, okay? So this is a $5,000 offer and it's a 6 months program. In the last 45 days, we sold 3 paid in fulls, so 3 PIFs, and we sold 9 people on payment plans. So 4 people bought a 3-month payment plan and 5 people bought a 2-month payment plan, okay? I helped him build 3 systems. We have a traffic system, we have a nurturing system, and we have a conversion system. Now let's start with the traffic system because this is where everything starts. When it comes to traffic, the easiest and fastest way to get eyeballs on your content and on your offer are ads, okay? So if you're not running ads, you're crazy. Now, when it comes to ads, we have 2 types, aka where we place them. We have real ads and then we have story ads. The typical ad is all about sending traffic to a VSL and then hoping that VSL is going to convert people into booked calls, and then you'll convert the booked calls into sales. The problem is that nobody wants to watch your VSL, okay? And on top of that, everyone hates influencers. This is the reality. Everyone thinks that influencers are scamming. And what you need to do is to get people to know you better before they buy from you. That's why we are asking for a follow, or that's why we are asking for a DM, because in the DM we can qualify people, we can send them free resources, etc., etc. Now, when it comes to ads, what we want to do is we want to retarget people that are interacting with your profile. So for example, someone liked your video, someone viewed your video, someone viewed your profile. We want to retarget those people and we want to place 2 types of ads in front of them. So we have a pain point call out and then we have a testimonial. The testimonial one is pretty simple. You are just sharing how one of your customers was successful with your program, and that is very self-explanatory. But then we have the pain point call out, which is very important. When it comes to making sales in the B2C space, which is what my client is doing, you need to be indirect, okay? So instead of telling people, buy my course or buy my program, you want to call out a pain, okay, that they are experiencing in their day-to-day life. For example, for my niche, I would say something like this. You've got 15,000 followers and you are still making less than 5K per month. This is a pain point that most influencers are facing. Actually, I spoke with a guy probably like 4 months ago. He had 450,000 subscribers on YouTube and he was making 2K a month, which is crazy because I had Developer Pro, my other YouTube channel. So this is my channel, Developer Pro. I have less than 25,000 subscribers. And what's insane about this channel is that it made me more than $1 million in revenue, okay? So my point was that you want to have a pain point call out, okay? So you've got 15,000 followers and still making under 5K per month, then you go into the body of the ad. And then at the end you ask for a follow or for a DM. Or are you still charging $97 for a one-on-one masculinity call? Because most coaches and consultants, they are selling their time, $100 per hour, which is insane. Or are you on a diet but you can't melt that stubborn belly fat? You are calling out a pain point, and then people will be like, oh yeah, I'm struggling with that. I'm following the Atkins diet. I'm following the vegan diet. I'm following the keto diet, but I'm still unable to lose weight. And then you present them with your mechanism, which is the exact opposite of what they are doing. And then you tell them that you don't need to work out 5 days a week. In fact, you can only work out 2 days a week. You don't need to kill yourself in the gym. You don't need to follow a complicated or restrictive diet. All you have to do is follow this system. And then if you follow my profile, you'll get daily tips and insights into how you can get this thing that you really want to in a very simple way and extremely fast, okay? You want to make everything super simple, super easy, super fast, almost guaranteed, okay? And that's how you get sales. That's a side note. Now we have the traffic system and then we push everyone into your IG. Now, when it comes to IG is your nurturing system. And then we have daily reels and daily stories. Daily reels are giving insights. And what you want to do with your reels is not necessarily give them actionable tips, but you want to change their mind. because people will buy from you when you change their mind about a particular topic, okay? And with stories, what you want to do is you want to show daily wins. For example, if you're a fitness coach, what you want to share is how one of your clients managed to stick to their diet for more than 3 days, because most people fall off their diet after 3 days. So if your client managed to stay on their diet for 7 days in a row, that's gonna make a fat fuck think like, oh shit, I never managed to stay on a diet for more than 3 days. Usually the 4th day I give up and I go to McDonald's. And then you slowly and surely change their mind, and at some point you'll have a call to action like DM me this word and I'm gonna help you. I'm gonna reach out to you personally and I'm gonna help you. And after a while, if you follow this process where you bring people in, they'll follow you. After 3-4 months, they will become a customer, okay? It's not direct like how you would send people to a VSL and whatnot. It's gonna take a bit longer, but in our case, it only took 45 days to get 5, 4, that's 9, plus 3, 12 closes, okay? Now, whenever they respond to a call to action, a setter is gonna take over the conversation. I'm actually building an AI system. I'm still working a bit on it because I noticed that setters are obviously humans. They need to take time off. They are not able to reply immediately to prospects and whatnot, and then you're leaving money on the table if you don't have someone to manage your inbox 24/7. So that's why I'm building an AI setter. But if you need a setter right now, I have a very good friend that has an appointment setting company, and he can hook you up with an appointment setter. So if you are interested in that, send me a message on Instagram and I'm gonna hook you up, okay? Now the setter is qualifying the prospect to make sure that the prospect has the money to invest. And then after that, the setter is pushing the prospect into a sales call, and the sales call is taken by a sales rep, and the sales rep is gonna do their job, okay? Now, when it comes to paying these people, 5% of the cash collected will be sent to the appointment setter, and then 10% of the cash collected will be given to the sales rep. Very simple, very straightforward. You can implement this tomorrow, right? Now, let's look into a bonus. My client also had a free school, and what is really important when it comes to having a free school is to not give out a lot of value. Because when you give out a lot of value, you actually do a disfavor to your prospect, because your prospect is gonna get all the information and all their curiosity is satisfied. And I'm gonna give you an example so you can understand how this works, because the human mind is kind of fucked up. If you wanna, let's say, move to Bali, you'll end up telling your mom, your dad, your friends, your coworkers, whatever. And because you've done that, your brain releases dopamine, and your brain feels like you've already moved to Bali. And because you satisfied your brain, now you won't be moving to Bali anymore. And when you give a lot of information to your prospects in your school community, they will feel like they've already achieved the goal. They will feel like they already have an Airbnb business in this case, and they will not want to take action anymore. So basically what happens, you are doing a disfavor to your prospect. They will never start their Airbnb business, and you'll not get paid. They will never get in shape, and you'll not get paid. They will never find the love of their life, and you'll never get paid. Okay, so basically, if you have a free school, do not teach anything. You have to focus on potential. Basically, you need to talk about how Airbnb changed your life, how you managed to retire yourself, retire your parents, how you don't have a boss anymore. You have to talk about how you can now date the women that you really want and you're not settling for less. Now you can talk about how you can go to the beach and take off your shirt and be proud of yourself. This is what people want, and this is gonna hype people up, and this is what's gonna get people to take the next action, which is buy something from you. And you wanna keep it very high level, okay? You wanna explain how the system works and how your process works, but you don't wanna give specifics. Let's look at how much it costs to make $35,000. It cost $50 a day in ad spend, okay? And then we had 134 conversations, and we booked 62 calls. I forgot what this is. I think it's how many people showed up to the call, but I should have put this after. So I'm very unprofessional when it comes to this presentation. We had 62 calls, and basically each call cost $25. And in total, we spent $1,550. If you ever ran ads to a VSL, and if you ever got booked calls, you know that a booked call costs anywhere between $200 and $300. This is like 10 times cheaper, okay? Which is absolutely insane if you think about it. Because for my previous business, Developer Pro, last time when I tried ads, I think I spent around $20,000 on the agency, and them having to do research, build a VSL for me, all that bullshit. And we spent some money on YouTube ads, and we made $0 back. $0. Okay. I spent money on the Hyros. It was an absolute mess. So I wasted so much money, and this is absolutely insane. Imagine spending $1,500, sorry, and you make $35,000. And after paying the appointment setter, paying the sales rep, you are left with $28,000, which is fucking insane if you think about it. Okay, so this is how the system works. It's very straightforward, and if you want me to help you implement this in your business, there is a link in the description. I want you to click it and book a time with me, and let's crush it together. Peace out.